This is Darrell Henderson, the rookie third-rounder, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Goff. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18.
13. Hey, alert.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Clay Matthews, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen?
Here we go.
Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Hey, alert 3.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the rookie 4th-rounder Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit
Sometimes
better.
It's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
76. Hey, orbit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And now he's got him at a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
Kill. Watch the safety.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal.
Watch out, watch out. Quick dance. Come. Wait. Hey, switch gears. Showing it.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Coleman. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Lock! 58's the mic. Bravo! 58, right over there. 12. 58. 11. Let's go, Heavy. Let me know what you got. What you got, Heavy? 11.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. Meanwhile, down in Glendale. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming, and he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Louis. Check 25. Check 25. Ship. Watch the ship. Check 31. Check 31.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
It's our time. New Mike 52, Mike 52. We don't want this. Shift. Hey, lift.
Now gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, LA. Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure.
21. Here we go. Let's see it. Bang. Hey, gun. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
52's the mic.
Now a great fake, and it's gone. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Here's Gall. Throw left side, complete to Cup. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
20. 4 down. Hold on. Check.
On 1st and 10, Goff. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
13. Small. No. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And just shedding him off there. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Stay alert. Shift. Check. Lucky. One, Omaha. Wall. Get wall. 36. Watch safety creeping. Say hot.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Last year's NFL leader in field goal percentage, Robbie Gould, on for the Niners field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Check. Hold on. Check.
Goff. Well, the pressure gets to him again. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Let's go. Do it. 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumble.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. He's got room to run past the 20. And finally taken down to the 25-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Here we go.
Man up,
On first down, Coleman. Into the secondary again. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Come on now, let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
At the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
One, Omaha. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Move. 58, come on. 21. 2. Back.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. They find some open field here. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. Henderson now on 1st and 10, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. So they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play. Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Switch. White. 11. Slam.
Garoppolo now. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Take it at the 37. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, ball, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. From the 50, it's gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. Hey, 76. 76. 76. Alert flare. Alert flare. 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 Here we go. 15. Check.
Third and long. It's gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Check nickel.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Got some room at the 30. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. John Johnson, one of the leading tacklers from the safety position in the NFL, there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 39, Garoppolo. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Dante Fowler picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards.
A gain of 43 yards. And the 49ers.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Pick your game up. Tight up.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
11.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
Switch. Set. 21.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Gold with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a fourth-quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? Here's Henderson, and he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Goff now looks to throw. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Now Goff on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Woods. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 11 yards there, just like last play.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. To the air again. Goff. And this is incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
The third down run gets them nothing. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
12.
Here we go on fourth. Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Goff on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Darrell Henderson, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with an extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
12, fellas, here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Dante Fowler in on the stop. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
12 yards there and a first down. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. In the last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Off play action. Here's Goff. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Listen. 52. Block 52. 52's the mic. Come on. Watch out.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Ric Flair.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. Another costly turnover, their second of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named a game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
But it's football.
Exactly. They named a game for it. Take care of it.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Coleman. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So the victory here for San Francisco. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for San Francisco, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.